Hi beauties, I decided to do a divine masculine reading just because I'm going to be off on holiday and I won't be posting videos for a couple of weeks, so I thought I will try and do a couple more before I leave. So this is going to be for the Divine Masculine Collective for the month of January, what's left of January. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the spread, this is the Queen of Heaven spread, which and look, I got this snazzy new sign and I've got my own tarot table now because I do want to start doing readings properly, and I want to do a few more as well once I come back, so that will be around about the start of February time. I might go to India again after that. I haven't actually decided yet, to do some more spiritual work with my guru, but the plans aren't certain. But for now, I've got this wonderful, beautiful table, a dedicated space to actually do my readings, because I'm going to be in this place for about 6 months at least. And it looks like a beautiful reading, really lovely reading actually. If you didn't see the card pull that I did yesterday for the 1/11 day, please do check it out. It's on my channel, so if you go on there and click on it, it's really important messages. I don't know who they were for. They were general. It was a general reading for the collective, and there is an element that's there for everyone, and it's definitely a case of the brakes, like the foot's coming off the brakes. There's something that's happened, and the shift has basically given the go ahead. It was blessing. It was kind of like a benediction, but also kind of giving someone's blessing to go ahead with something. And it was almost like the divine was saying, it's okay to go ahead with whatever's meant to be happening. The next phase can kind of start now. So many people are going to be coming together. Many people are going to be realizing things, letting go of deceptions, and patterns that were holding themselves back for a very long time. That's all going to go. So it's a pivotal moment. Some people are actually going to step off the journey, and other people are, and I'm seeing that it's mainly divine feminines that are going to be leading the way with this. They're the ones that are going to be making the decisions. So if they decide to step off the journey, then it's over. But for many people, divine masculines are also going to be deciding to come in. So that was a channeling that I'm getting. It's a massive thing that's going on right now. And do not take things for face value. That's another massive message that was there yesterday. Whatever's happening on the surface, it's kind of a veneer. It's a veneer. So and it's on the divine feminine side as well as the divine masculine side, but much more on the whoever holds the masculine polarity. It's much more on their side. So if they are trying to show you that they're a certain way, you don't necessarily have to believe that that's true, basically, because things could be very different. I was actually channeling complete opposite underneath. So that's a message about the last card pull that I did for yesterday. Please do check it out. Now let's move on to the reading for today. So for those of you that don't know about the Queen of Heaven spread, this is the past, the recent past, the present, and a likely future. Recent or you know, for speaking about the time period. I don't really do kind of predictions as such, but this is just a reflection. This is more like me interpreting the energies as they present themselves at this moment in time. So, and remember, take only what resonates. Do not ever give too much of your power away to readers. You have to be responsible for the choices, whatever you decide to sort of do in your life. And my intention is just present you with a few different choices, really, and then empower you to actually make those choices responsibly. So this is advice. This is what they want to say or how they're feeling towards the divine feminine. Sorry, this is what they're feeling towards the divine feminine or the union. This is what they want to say. This is their challenge, and this is what they've been doing well. This is the underlying energy. So let's go with where they were. So we've got the Six of Wands. This is a card of passion. This is a card of empowerment. This is a card of movement, of feeling really victorious. And it's really a card of proving things to themselves. Recently, the divine masculine has proven to themselves that things can work out the way that they want them to, or actually start to work out the way that they want them to. They're feeling a lot stronger. They're feeling like, you know what, maybe they're starting to believe in themselves. They're starting to believe that their dreams are actually within their reach, as opposed to, you know, some completely, you know, hopeless pipe dream. That's not the case, basically. So it's a really, and as you can see with this spread, it's very much kind of a case of anything that's kind of facing this way is facing towards the divine feminine, or whoever the reading is kind of in regards to. So this is obviously how the divine masculine is feeling towards the divine feminine, and the vast majority of the characters here are facing towards the divine feminine, and the strongest energy that I'm getting is from those ones that are facing this way. So where they are right now, we've got the World. This is very much a card of karma. And I'm being shown the 4 fixed signs here. This is Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, for those of you that don't know. That's the symbology of this card in the deck. And it's to do with kind of foundations, and I'm being drawn to the sense of this character is free. She's actually naked, apart from this one little sash that's not really covering that much. And she's flying in the air. So she's basically this character representing the divine masculine, even though it's a woman. Of course, it doesn't matter. But in terms of whoever holds the masculine polarity, they're free. They've freed themselves of a lot of mental restrictions that were holding them back in the past, and also they're creating stability. They're creating stability, routines, good habits. That's the fixed signs are often creatures of habit. And this is also a sense of the end of one major cycle. So very much like what I was saying before, actually, it's the start of something new. The door is being shut on the old ways of being, and she's stepping through a portal into a very, very, very stable and solid new world, really. A new time frame, a new possibility. And that's actually very, very beautiful. And for some reason I'm being shown like a 21, and the fact that it's the 12th today, it's like an inversion of that, like a mirroring of that. So today is another important day for that to be happening. And what's the likely outcome? The divine masculine is going to want to come forward with an apology, is what I'm getting from this Page of Cups. It's very much kind of, it might not be a very sophisticated kind of offering that they make, but they really, really want to. But they are facing the other way. They're looking towards their cup, and their cup is being reflected back to them. They're almost seeing themselves as a small fish in a big ocean, and they're not too sure how to kind of come forward. There is a sense of hesitation, trepidation, and a bit of kind of, how should I do this? But they are very, very determined to do it. And even if they only take a small step forward, they are going to want to take a step forward. The advice, we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's basically to let go of any really kind of overly dramatic tendencies, is what or overly impulsive energies, overly, like if the twin is getting angry, whatever the triggers basically were, the things that were really making them fly off the handle, really making them get into a panic, really making them feel hurt or scared. Those things are what they are being recommended to let go of. And I'm also hearing, if they're with someone else, they're being encouraged to end that right now as well. So very often in readings, the Queen of Wands is actually a representation of the divine feminine to me, but that's not the case. I read the cards intuitively, and that's definitely not the case. It's for some people, they are being encouraged. Some people who are in relationships with other people who they're not feeling anymore, with karmics, you know, I hate these labels, I hate all of these labels, but we use them because that's what people relate to. So to help us all understand the karmics or the soulmates that they could be involved with, it's time to let go of them. In terms of how they're feeling towards the divine feminine, their counterpart, we've got the Page of Swords, and I know many people regard this as a card of spying. That is very much so the energy that I'm getting from it today. They want to step forward, but they keep looking back. They are still at a point where they are still looking back. It's kind of very, very mirrored in this, if you look at all of these cards at the moment, they're kind of looking towards the back. And there is an element of conflict. Every single card in this row, and this row always symbolizes the present in this reading. There's an element of wanting to go one way, but also looking the other way. Except for the advice card, which is very much saying, whatever doesn't serve you, just let it go. Let go of it right now. The world, even though she's stepping forward, she's still kind of looking back. She's still dealing, well, this is the divine masculine, but dealing with the past, trying to make sense of things that have happened and think about, she's not actually stepped through the portal yet, she's just about to, but thinking about the best way in which to go forward. That's another thing that this Page of Swords, it's these are pages, it's definitely a feeling of, am I ready yet? Can I do this? I'm feeling like a small fish in a big ocean, in a big sea. And this is a card of study, of strategy, of trying to kind of decide what to do as well. And there are lots of thoughts, lots of different thoughts and options kind of floating around above the divine masculine's head. And with this sword, I often see the swords as a way of kind of deciding a course of action, of picking up on intuition, intuitively, either deciding what to do or taking a conscious decision with what to do. And that's what this person is trying to do by looking at, they're reflecting on themselves. What I'm getting is that the divine masculine right now is reflecting on themselves and thinking about how to move forward. But what do they want to say towards to the divine feminine? We've got the King of Cups. So it's very much true love. It's very much, they're feeling very, very, very much in their emotions, very, very deep in their emotions. They want to be the king, and they know that deep down they are. Look, he's got it's a huge cup that he's got and he's ready to offer, and he wants to offer. So the love, the emotion, the feelings are definitely there. I mean, he's very much kind of, I'm being drawn to the fact that he's sitting above all of these emotions, but he's surrounded by his emotions. He's literally an island in the middle of these very, very, very deep emotions. And the waters look calm to me, but still waters run deep, still waters run deep, as the saying goes. And his emotions are very, very, very deep. So looking towards himself, I'm getting a feeling of, how does he come forward? He doesn't know what to say. How's he actually going to do it? And that is the challenge. The challenge is how to make the offering. It's been very slow, but this time, as well as the Knight of Pentacles being a slow knight, it's also a very, very, very sure knight. You know, when every step he takes, he's very, very certain of it. He knows what he's doing. Every step is planted so firmly in the ground, and this horse has got all its legs on the ground. Again, I'm being shown this fixed sign, the fixed signs here, the stability, the number 4. It's a strong foundation. This time, when he finally comes forward with this cup, you know, for many, many, many people, especially the group that I'm channeling right now, the challenge for them is to come forward in the right way. That's what they're thinking. That's what they're strategizing about. That's what they're worried about. But the apology is going to come. They are going to come. This King of Cups is going to show up for people and make that offering. But they're just currently thinking about how to do it. And I'm also being told it's important not to interfere right now, but any divine feminines that are guided to show the divine masculine, their own counterpart, whatever gender they may be, that the door is actually open, that it's okay to do that. How you do that, you know, that's not for this reading to basically say, what has the divine masculine been doing well? This card, it's weird because there's a double reading, an inverted reading and a upright reading, and it's very much happening at the same time. So those of you that don't know what a dichotomy is, it's very much like that kind of, because on the surface, what they've actually been doing, and this card came up twice, actually, even though I, for yesterday's reading, the card pull, because I pulled another deck, even though I didn't talk about it in the actual kind of reading that I did. Do check it out. I can't recommend that highly enough. It was very, very, very powerful and very beautiful messages, and it's related to whoever, you know, the group that this reading resonates with. They are actually kind of presenting an image that's not true to what's actually going on in the surface. So many of them are going to be trying to act like they don't care. They're going to be trying to act cool, trying to act nonchalant. Maybe they've gone all quiet. Maybe they are trying to look very happy or whatever. But that's not actually the case. It's hiding the complete opposite. The fact that he's looking in the other direction, but he's trying to go the other way. Because he's trying to basically very much project one image, but do a lot of very different work underneath the surface. So, and they've got these divine masculines have got their own reason for doing that. Many of them, it's because they want to avoid drama with this character, this karmic or soulmate character who's started. And I'm feeling like, get rid of the annoyances, all those little niggling, annoying characters. They need to go, because many of these relationships have started to be a complete burden. I don't know why, I just saw an image of the 10 of Wands right now. They've become a burden, they've become a nuisance, and it's time to let go of them. It's time to get rid of them once and for all. But in order to get all your kind of your affairs in order, excuse the pun, it's necessary to do that under in a bit of a secret manner. It's nobody else's business apart from the divine masculine how they get all their their ducks in a row, as it were. But that's how they're doing it right now. And in terms of it coming across in a reversed position, they have come to a point where they can't lie to themselves anymore. So they are starting to see their own truth. They are starting to see how very much this guy's cut himself. He's done it to himself. Any pain that he's in, the divine masculines are basically taking responsibility. Instead of being these thieves that have just taken away all these are actually representing the thoughts and opinions of other people that the divine masculine has taken as his own. And he's realised that that's what's hurt him more than anything. And for many, many, many divine masculines, this is the crux of the reading, actually, very, very important card. And I'm just channeling this right now. The reason that the divine masculines went towards this person here was because of the advice, the well-meaning advice probably. But actually, no, for many people, family members wanted to keep the divine masculine under control, close to them. That's why they said go for this person. And also friends as well. Many well-meaning people as well as not so well-meaning people. Many people that did think that they were actually giving good advice to the divine masculine. Many of whom obviously know nothing about twin flames, which is why they would go for the thing that made more rational sense to their minds, because the swords also represent thought and rational thinking, which doesn't always, which can be very crippling sometimes and very limited. And the mind is a trickster, as we like to say in Hindu philosophy. So these opinions of others, these thoughts of other people that the divine masculine really internalized and took, that's what he's cut himself on. And now he's getting rid of that. He's seeing that he has to be responsible for his own actions, and it's his own actions again. And in the reverse, you see he's looking back as well. He's reflecting on himself. He's reflecting on the past, and he knows what he needs to do. So he's letting go of these ideas that he picked up from other people, that he took from other people. So, and he really took them. He really ran with them. And it's brilliant that he's letting go of them right now. So we'll leave that in its upside down position. Now, in terms of underlying energies, we've got two absolutely gorgeous cards. The sun is the main energy. And this is very much, again, illumination. This is a card of basically responsibility. It's a card of, it is the card of the masculine energy in yoga. You guys know that I'm all about the Hatha Yoga. The sun is the masculine polarity. Hatha Yoga, Ha is the sun, Ta is the moon. So it's masculine and feminine polarities. And the sun is very much the masculine. It's the masculine in his archetypal energy. So that's where we're coming to. That's this new thing that's completed. Him being in his kind of small state, and now he's going to step into this sun energy, into his kind of higher masculinity, that kind of ideal. And that once this happens, and I'm just channeling this right now as well, that's when, because the Two of Cups wanted to come through as well, and this was one of the main cards that was in the card pull from yesterday, which is in the small post that I put up, so please read that. That's when, once he steps into this sun energy, and he's just been born, he's just, you know, starting to be born into, whoops, that was a lovely little pirouette from the cards, a lovely little spin. That's when he's going to come forward, because this guy is coming forward with this cup, which is reflected in the King of Cups, which is actually more reflected in this page here. But that's when he's going to sort of tentatively come towards the Divine Feminine, who's very openly waiting for him here in this card. So that's a beautiful, beautiful energy. And it's all been watched over by the Divine. And I'm seeing that these are also guides. These are also the Divine. These are also the unseen. Many helpers, ancestors, angels, those of you who have ascended masters around you as well, like all kinds of helpful energies, and they're just the Divine in general, like it's all there. And of course the energies of the sun as well, very, very pure. There's another card that just wants to show itself, the Three of Pentacles. So there's definitely, I'm getting a sense of solidifying partnerships, and also I'm also getting any of you who are religious or who have a very, very set spiritual practice, something like, you know, for me, the equivalent would be my yoga, but for other people, it could be, you know, whatever, the religion or something else. That's going to be strengthened in the coming times, in the coming period of time, and it's going to be really, really helpful. It's also mission work for some people, and it's all starred really, really well. And when the unions actually happen, all of those things that your divine counterpart, the union, and your mission work and your spiritual practices, they don't all have to be the same thing. They don't, like, you don't have to all be involved in the same thing. But say you have a different job, and then you have a different spiritual practice, and then, you know, you have a counterpart who's not into any of that stuff. That's all fine. All of those things, you carry on doing them, however way you want to do them. Or maybe you're going to be working together and all of them are going to be the same thing, like your mission is going to be your spiritual practice, and it is going to be what your twin flame is into as well. Regardless of that, as long as you're aligned and authentic with all of those things, they're all going to strengthen each other and form this foundation that is being, this foundation that is being really, really set. And actually I'm getting that it's almost finished being set, and once that is set, that's when we're going to step through, and this is the threshold that we are stepping over right now, especially the Divine Masculine. So let's end it there. Absolutely gorgeous reading. I'll be back. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you do like this reading, please do like, share, subscribe, comment, email me 1111queenofheaven@gmail.com. I'm being a little bit slow at getting back to people, but I am getting back to people, and I'll be back to doing personal readings very, very soon. Thank you so much. Loads of love to you all. I will be back with a reading soon. Bye.